Nah. Wah. This is how all our streams start.
I was just gonna say, we gotta stop starting them by screaming.
No. Everyone loves starting by screaming. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, see, Monkey's already on the ball.
See?
Oh, perfect.
Does that camera look a bit weird?
Does it?
I don't know. It looks like it's got like a strange amount of lag to it. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Looks like it's weirdly low, but that's because I was messing with it trying to take photos a few days ago.
Oh, no. What have you done? What have you...
First escape room in 7 months today. Brilliant.
Hey, it's Tom.
The first time you see me on stream. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry.
I was going to put my hair back. Welcome, everybody. We're doing some Nancy Drew. We're starting a new Nancy Drew today.
Yeah, one of the slightly older ones, you think?
I believe it is.
Cool. I don't pay so much attention to the dates of things. Hello. But that's exciting. The old ones are pretty good. I've had pretty good luck with most of them.
Yeah, they've all been pretty good.
I mean...
Except for Treasure in the Royal Tower.
I was going to say Final Scene was an old one, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually.
Like a couple of them we've had feverishly getting lost and searching.
In fact, they're all terrible.
So yeah, maybe that's it. We've just got to be aware. For an old one, we may have to search more than we think in stupid places.
Maybe.
We're good.
Oh, you know what we need?
Ah, Slay the Spire. Nice.
Ooh, what was the weird part of your Slay the Spire?
No, it was the heart. Fair enough. We did the heart a few times, and then we've just completely quit.
We got over it.
Ascension 20 is much more important.
Is that the true goal? Are you not really finished unless you do Ascension 20
Followed
with the
by
heart?
the heart? Doesn't matter, I'm not doing it. I'm done with the heart. Our Dropbox is almost full.
Oh no.
How embarrassing.
That's the highest poison I've ever currently had on a character.
Nice.
Was 710 on the final turn of the transient guy, and I was like, oh, I could kill him. I need one more turn, and I couldn't do it.
Ooh, what's this word?
Got it.
I don't. It's a shun word, right?
Yep. So we're going to do a quiz first, just for people who are new. We're going to do a quiz, and then we're going to get into actual Nancy Drew.
Oxidation.
So Danny has the quiz here, and she's
Alright.
going to read it out.
Let's warm up. Oh man, Jen, you got so many levels to go. You've got hundreds of hours of fun.
So many.
Literally
hundreds
hundreds.
and hundreds of hours.
Oh boy. You got an experience ahead of you.
I still have a desire.
Oh, before you get too crazy into it though, are you playing the beta version that's got the fourth person?
No, all of them have the fourth person.
Oh,
now.
they do now?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. They've released it for everyone. Yay.
I still have a feeling of a desire to be like, I want to start a new account on Slay the Spire that has no essentially completely from scratch and stream the whole game on Twitch.
That'll take a million hours.
It will. It'll take a million
Why?
hours. Just for fun. Just to like have fun, you know?
There's a YouTuber that we watch mostly for his Dark Souls content, but he started playing Slay the Spire and he beat Ascension 20 of the Ironclad on like his third go. And so we just watched it feeling bitter.
He got so bloody lucky. It was such a ridiculous collection of circumstances.
Alright, let's do this quiz. Voice warm up. Fuji, Pink Lady, and Royal Gala are varieties of which fruit? Perfect. Yes, apples. Fun fact. My family, or my brother's side of the family, is related to Granny Smith of the Granny Smith apple. The dong is the currency of which country?
Oh, hey. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Oh, yay!
Look at you, you're a tiny dancing star. Thank you so much. That's lovely. Really helpful.
You would think, Jen, wouldn't you? It's...
Oh,
we know this?
Vietnam is the dongle.
Vietnam. Intriguing that a currency question be like, I just saw who wrote this one. None of the questions are cut off. They've gotten the hang of it now. A misadventure with an unexpected positive outcome is colloquially a what in disguise?
Like a blessing in disguise?
I think that's what they want. Yep.
All right.
Oh boy. In horse breeding terminology, always what you want for your easy question. What is a foal's mother called?
I think I want a dam. Like a sire and a dam?
That's fair. That makes perfect sense. Yes, that is what they want.
That's not an
Nice
easy...
job.
That doesn't feel like an easy question.
No. Especially since right now I'm tired enough that I'm blanking on the regular word meh for a female horse.
It's horse.
In fiction, who is the captain of the Nautilus?
I know this one.
I believe I know this one.
Do you think you can find the answer, everybody? Do you think you could find
It
it?
doesn't to us, Jen. Nemo. Steve Sisu. Yes, Captain Nemo. Which oceans meet... Oh my god. Which oceans meet at the meridian of Cape Agulhas?
Cape Agulhas. I'm going to say it's the...
There are only so many oceans.
the Indian and the Atlantic. And it's underneath... No, because that sounds like it wouldn't be underneath. Maybe it's... Maybe is that possible? I mean, it's got to be either be the bottom of South America or Africa.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just Agulhas. That sounds more like South American.
Yeah, so maybe it's the Pacific and the Atlantic. Or no, or surely it's like the... Surely you'd be at the Antarctic at that point, right? Or the Southern Ocean, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Or maybe something really wild. It's like the Indian and the Southern.
Maybe Cape Agulhas is the fancy name for the Panama Canal.
I have no idea.
No, we just got to pick two oceans.
I feel like I'm arbitrarily
You wanna
picking
say
any two.
Indian and Atlantic.
Only because it's weird and I've never heard of it, and I've never heard of...
That's true. I want to say Atlantic Pacific, but I've never heard of this.
Well, maybe
So
it's...
weird.
Well, maybe it's... It could be anything with Southern
I
as well.
hope it's not, because surely there are.
Southern and Southern...
I don't want Southern to be part of it. That's too bothersome. Alright, I'm looking at the answer. First instinct was right.
Oh, yeah?
Atlantic Indian.
Atlantic Indian. All right.
Okay. Interesting.
So there's an Australian quiz, so it probably involves the Indian Ocean. That's my general thought. We love the Indian Ocean here. We're obsessed with it. It's all Australians talk about.
The flag of Andorra features a pair of what animal? Cow, sheep, or goat?
You know all the flags.
I know all the flags. I have no idea what they're talking about, but I'm notoriously bad at looking
Recognizing
at
what
little
they
pictures.
are. Sure.
Like, I needed to read that Mexico was an eagle eating a snake.
Fair.
Like, I have no idea.
I'm just jumping
Also,
ahead.
sheep and goats look exactly the same from a distance.
From a distance. Oh wow, yeah, look at this, everybody.
Who
Hold on.
would look at that? Who would look at that and pay attention to the animals? Like, I guess
They look like... I mean, you have to
those
just
are
know.
cows
You just have to
looking
just know.
at the picture. You would not look at that. You see that flag? Who would look for the animals on that flag? No, I look
They look
for...
like cows.
I look at it and I go, oh yeah, cool. It's that one that looks like the Romanian flag, but with a symbol on it. Ridiculous. And now I saw the answer, so...
Well, isn't this...
Go
This,
for
this
it.
is like the... This is the fact of like the flags with dragons on them.
Oh yeah.
There are 3 flags in the world that have dragons on them, right? There's the Bhutan flag, the Welsh flag, and then the third one is like a
Malta.
mean gotcha. It's the Maltese flag. Because if you look at the Maltese flag... Hold on, let's open it up. See, it's a flag with a dragon on it. Do you see? Because if you zoom in here, there's a tiny picture of St. George, And then even tinier is the tiny dragon that he's slaying. So this is a flag with a dragon on it.
Ridiculous. How much can you zoom in?
Do you see the dragon yet? Do you see the dragon yet?
But yeah, what they went with was that those were cows. Now, logically, cows is a good answer to go for because sheep and goats look so much alike that you couldn't be expected to tell the difference. But I do not expect reasonableness from these questions, so honestly, it's a mountainous place. I probably would have gone with goats.
So we lose a point. Yeah, so that's one of the flags of the world with dragons.
No, we haven't clicked on it.
Oh, what is this?
Something about Darkest Dungeon, I think? Lovely.
I love it.
Oh, what? The King of Thailand lives mostly in which European country?
Oh, I didn't know he didn't live in Thailand.
I had
He's
no
the king
idea.
of Thailand. You'd hang out in Thailand if you were the king.
How embarrassing.
I mean, in other countries, it's not illegal to insult him.
That is interesting.
Where does he live?
I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know.
okay.
Maybe he hangs out in the UK.
Maybe. He's like a weird choice.
Thailand was never owned by France, was it? I
think
feel like
so.
that's part of Thailand's whole
I also don't know
deal.
if that would...
Is there like, hey, get
Like,
out of
even
here.
if they were, I don't know if that necessarily means that they'd want to go there.
No, that's very true. I mean, that's why they have a king, right?
Maybe they live in Spain. People like holidaying in Spain.
Yeah, sure.
But did people from Thailand like holidaying in Spain?
It's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they want to get. Maybe it's the UK because they want to get away from. Maybe he lives in Sweden just to be like, I need somewhere different than Thailand. I want to go to the least Thailandic place. So I'm going to go to Iceland.
Oh, that's a good point. Switzerland is a good place to holiday as well, but would people
Yeah, man, skiing.
choose to
Oh,
go?
look, we're just guessing a random European country.
Germany.
Sure.
Sure. The freedom fighters of which country were awarded the Time Man of the Year award for 1956?
You. It was you.
1956. What was going on
50s
there?
freedom
Was
fighters.
that- Okay, hold on. 50s was more career-ish, right?
Yeah. Is it correct?
Could be, I guess. I don't know. Hungary.
I
I don't know what was going on with Hungary in the 1950s.
No, nor do I. If anyone does, please put it in the
Oh
chat.
boy. What are the two most practiced religions in Japan?
I think it's...
Christianity, Buddhism?
I don't think it's
Or do you
Christianity.
You don't reckon
No,
that's
I'm pretty sure
up
it's pretty small. I think they all just like the
Okay.
weddings. And
Yeah,
the Christmas.
see, this was the thing. When I did Japanese culture classes at university as part of the whole Japanese course, Shinto, it was, what we were basically told was, cool, you've got roughly 80% Buddhism, 80% Shinto, 80% Christianity.
No, I'm pretty sure-
Everyone's everything.
I'm pretty sure Christianity's very small.
Really?
Yeah. I think they just like stuff that is Christian because it's
But
Western.
they don't actually like sign a form
But
and
they
say,
don't.
yes,
Yeah,
I am
they're not
Christian.
like I'm Christian. They're just like I want a Christian style wedding sometimes.
Everyone participates
and
in
we
the
and we
various
all want to
religions,
eat
but-
KFC for Christmas.
Yeah. The greatest Christian tradition of them all.
That's all they do. That's all they do in Japan is they eat KFC
Yeah,
for Christmas.
It is. It's Shinto and
Yeah,
Buddhism.
Shinto. Yeah, and it's a huge overlap. It's like 70,
I
70
knew
or
that
something.
all three of them were very existent. I had no numbers. Oh dear. Who won a Best Director Academy Award for the film classic Casablanca?
Everything's illegal in China. All religion is illegal in China. I don't think it's Christianity specific.
Who? Best Director Casablanca. Who directed Casablanca?
I don't know, directors from the 40s.
Sidney Lumet's the only one I know.
Too early for Sidney Lumet, right?
Was that not the one I'm thinking of? 12 Angry Men?
Yeah, when's Joe Working Man?
I don't know. It's black and white.
Yeah, that's true. But he was also directing much later. It's always really funny to look at his filmography because you got like 12 Angry Men and then just like something from like
Gremlins.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like that.
Really?
It's wild. I can't remember what it is though. I don't know.
Is Michael Curtiz. Sure. Oh yeah, wow. Sidney Lumet only died in
Network.
2011.
Yeah, stuff like Network, The Verdict,
Boy, I 12 Angry Men was 13
Serpico.
years later.
Yeah, so he's still doing stuff in the 70s.
That was in
That's
the
all
50s.
in the 80s.
Okay.
But then, what the hell? 2007? That doesn't make sense. You died. No, he died in 2011. Here's a film here for 2007, Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Oh,
So,
damn.
yeah, right, with what? Ethan Hawke and Philip
Oh
Seymour
my
Hoffman?
god, he did The Wiz.
He did The Wiz, right? Sidney Lumet has a
Scariest movie
really
in
interesting
existence.
filmography. It's really fun. He did Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh wow.
What a cool dude. But maybe some of these he was a producer for. I don't know if he was director for all these. Sorry, everybody. I'm just looking up Sydney. This is what happens when you get into trivia. We should be playing Nancy Drew already. We're not.
Only 1 point. Does that say 15 or 1.5? Yeah. Okay. Wow.
It's tiny. It's
That
not. They're
is-
not Christian.
No. Okay.
Again, they killed all the Christians for a while.
I mean, to be fair, we're going back 11 years ago for what university told me, so I guess I've forgotten and overestimated it.
No, they're very Buddhist. They're very Shinto, and then they're just like Christmas. That's about it. Because
Yeah.
Christmas is fun.
In Greek mythology, what is the source of Achilles' power of invulnerability except at the heel?
Some lake or
He was
a well.
dipped in the Styx. No, it was the River Styx.
Okay, I think it was a well.
Thrown in a well.
Just thrown in a
and
well as a
clawed
baby.
his way back out.
With a tiny hat on his heel.
What is the most western point of mainland Australia?
I don't know. No one knows the West.
Perth.
Perth.
I don't know.
Cape.
Yeah, I know the east.
Moresby.
I know the north. I've heard the south, and I keep forgetting it. I have no idea what the west is.
Cape. Holland. Chocolate covered. That's it. The answer's chocolate covered.
Steep Point. Yeah,
Right,
that means
there you go.
nothing to me. I'll try to remember that. In what year did the Iraqi city of Mosul fall to ISIS?
Oh my god, I have no idea. I don't want to answer this question. I feel like it's going to make me feel weird about time passing.
It's been a while. The ISIS stuff was the early 2010s, right? Yeah, we've got 2 questions left. I don't know, like 2013? I'm yeah, spitballing here.
Yeah, I've no idea.
Oh, 14.
Oh, you idiot. You're so dumb.
And last one, and I have no idea. What is the national news agency of Indonesia?
Oh, I've absolutely no idea.
Not even a
Not
slight
like
clue.
I don't even know
This was a very
linguistically what it's going to
international
sound
quiz.
like.
No, not even a slight clue. It can be called the National Daily.
No, it's Antara.
Antara, which translates to National Daily. Whew. Well, yeah, Eric, it translates to that too.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so we are going to find the game. I said we are going to find it. I said we are going to find the game. I said we are gonna find it. All right, here we go. Everyone ready for?
Let's go islanding.
We need Nancy Drew oldies. Beep. Ah! Oh my god, I hope this works.
Do you need to change the visual settings or
No,
anything?
no, I think we're okay.
Okay.
I think we're okay. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody.
When you said that before, Eric, I thought you were talking about Slay the Spire because there's a whale in that.
Ha ha!
I now understand what we're talking about. How's that volume? Might be a little loud.
What do you think of the volume? Loud? Quite? I mean, I can turn it down.
Not too loud? Okay.
Is it too loud for you?
It might be a little too loud for me, but let's find out when we actually start talking.
Just do this. Just
Okay.
hold your ears out like this. There. Perfect, right?
I mean, yes, that is better.
All right, new game.
Welcome to my latest case,
She's a
Danger
bit
on
loud.
Deception
Thank
Island.
you.
To learn how to play,
Well, I can
choose
just turn my
gameplay
headphones down.
overview. When you're ready to start the game, choose either
She
junior
sounds so
or
young.
senior
She
detective.
does.
She's really playing her up to be 14 in this one. So even with the talking, with good volume. Man, I'm too loud. Look at this. Look at me talking into this microphone. It's so loud. It's going into the red! It's going into the red! Alright. Sorry, everyone, I just yelled at you. Let's play Senior Detective.
You just yelled at me.
Dear Ned, here I am on a ferry bound for Deception Island,
She's
one of the
definitely
San
too
Juan
loud.
Islands off the coast of Washington State. George's
turned it down
friend,
now, so
Katie
I'm fine.
Firestone, is expecting me.
San Juan
Katie's a
Islands
marine
off the
biologist
coast
who's
of
doing
Washington
research into
State.
deep water
Good to
parasitic
know.
growth. She also owns a whale watching boat and takes tours out practically every day. I should be excited, but for some reason I feel on edge, like something's out of whack. Maybe it's because George and Beth arranged this little vacation for me, and sometimes their plans don't work out so well. Or maybe it's because we're about to dock at a place called Snake Horse Harbor. Kind of a creepy name for a town, don't you think? Or maybe it's because I haven't been on vacation for so long that I've forgotten how to relax.
Nancy, you're 14.
Anyway,
Get
we're
out of here.
It's not raining, but it's not sunny either. It's just kind of gray. Maybe that's why I feel so strange.
I
Over
really
years,
want to go
Nancy.
whale watching. We have a lot of it off our coast in the right seasons, so we get plenty of opportunities to do it.
Katie?
Hi, you must be Nancy. I'm Katie Firestone. Come on, I'll take you down to the boat.
Donk, donk.
Great timing, huh? I just got back from getting some groceries. George could not have picked a better time to arrange for you to come out here. Just last week, this orca showed up in the channel, and now it... Oh my gosh, what happened?
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Let me
I
look.
like her reaction.
Someone tore
there.
the place apart. The engine's a mess, parts are missing,
have
others
talk.
are damaged.
What?
We're gonna need talk, Danny.
Why would somebody do this?
I mean, she clearly doesn't.
Are you gonna be able to fix it?
I better be able to. I can't afford to pay someone else to do it. And if I end up having to replace a lot of parts, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Whale watching stories.
Ooh. I was just so worried that if I ever went whale watching, they'd just be like, oh, well, today's the day we didn't see any whales at all. Sorry.
True.
Get out of here, you bad whale luck.
But if that happened too often, it'd probably not last so long as a business. So I think they're going to
Want me
be
to help
relatively
you?
reliable.
Look, you're on vacation. Just go relax. Or bike into town, or take my kayak out. It's at the end of the dock. Just always wear your life jacket, and don't go past the channel
Her
markers.
voice is so
and if the fog
sincere.
starts coming in, head to shore fast. The fog we get around here is as thick as cotton. And never go out without a GPS. That's a global positioning system. Mine's somewhere around here. Anyway, your bunk's the empty one below. Why don't you go unpack? Need any help?
Nope, I'm all unpacked.
We don't look all unpacked. Like, at all.
No, we look very packed. Hey.
Cool.
Mayan temples used as alien landing pads. Alright.
Alright, let's start poking around.
Mini freeze.
Okay.
Wonder what's in here.
Dig your hand in.
I can't. Nancy's curious, but lazy.
Brilliant but lazy. What movie am I quoting?
What movie are you quoting?
What movie am I quoting, guys? Brilliant but lazy.
Oh wow, there's a sandwich making minigame.
Good to know.
God, you can see this mouse is really jittery. Look at this. Like, look at it just like go chung, 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 across the screen. It's not brilliant. I thought I had this set up properly, but it's being very jittery.
I mean, it doesn't seem to be affecting the gameplay so much. What do you feel like it is?
I feel like it's affecting the visuals. I find this really obnoxious to look at. And the gameplay a little bit. And mostly
It
just...
won't be much of a sandwich if I don't put something in it.
I don't have to make a sandwich,
It won't
Nancy.
be much of a sandwich if I don't put something in it.
Oh my god, I'm fine. Tomato.
Ugh.
Tomato.
Ooh. What's their favorite show? We watch a lot of British quiz shows.
Ice cream.
That was
Plastic cheese.
goodness.
Grape jelly. And
sorry.
Baking soda.
I see. It's a very similar sort of vibe. And your British best friend's all-time favorite show.
I think I killed her.
Oh wow, that was fast.
You gave yourself food poisoning?
All I know is I made myself a sandwich.
What was wrong with that sandwich? Tomato, cheese, ice cream, grape jelly, and baking soda.
High quality carbohydrates and protein. Just keep it simple and you can't go wrong. Chef Sherwood says.
Sorry, guys. Gotta go.
Good start.
Well, maybe this is our opportunity.
See, it's looking fine at this menu.
Cool.
It looks like whoever damaged your engine did something to your faucet, too.
Sounds like Izzy.
She does.
Sure, just fix your
The
pipes.
person who messed up the
Yay.
faucet left all the pipes here. I hope.
It's a good question. It was definitely very fast.
What do we
Oh
need
yeah,
to...
it's just like the mini games. You gotta put the pipes in place.
My question is, what am I connecting to what?
That looks like
That
pipe.
doesn't go there.
Like...
Oh yeah, I don't see the other end. Is that the other end?
Is that the other... Is that...
I think so.
That doesn't go there.
How,
we know?
How do you know, Nancy? What is this? Nothing? Something? Is it just from here to here? I'm very confused.
That was
Alright.
what I was gonna go with.
Apparently that goes there.
That doesn't go there.
Do you have any idea?
This goes here.
Sure.
That doesn't go there.
Obviously.
I mean... Is this purely just guesswork? I mean, I wouldn't put it past a Nancy game. Is there a way of knowing... let's just try every single one. I've lost complete track of what we're doing.
Sure.
This one.
That doesn't go there.
This one.
That
Doesn't
doesn't
go.
go there.
This one. Doesn't
go there.
This
I
one.
was wondering whether it was the gradient of color, but I don't really see the transitions.
Doesn't go. This one.
Won't open.
That doesn't go
I
there.
really thought it was gonna be that one. But you tried it before and it was
This
not.
goes here.
Oh, okay, we
Let's-
can go into the wall. Okay, well maybe try the other ones that are the same color.
What ones are the same colour?
Definitely not that one. Those two are the same color.
Okay.
Cool, then we're probably gonna have to hook down again.
That doesn't go there.
I can almost see when some of them are gonna go together. I mean, maybe that's just like what they look like after they've connected,
That
but
doesn't go there.
I reckon you could sort of see it a little bit. I reckon it's this one.
That doesn't go there.
Fine. Can't see it at all.
This goes here.
Okay.
I think it's just purely random.
Feels a bit totally random.
That doesn't go there.
It might, Nancy. Really?
This goes here. That doesn't go there.
Oh boy.
This goes here. This
The
goes
pipe's
here.
all fixed.
Okay.
I'll turn the water back
And we
on.
found a secret message.
Something under the pipes.
Whale World. Andy Jason, owner-operator, 343 Schooner Street. I leave my card where I commit my crimes.
Okay, yep, cool. That's our suspect, I guess. Good to know.
Woohoo!
Can you look at that store menu?
This thing?
Yeah. I guess you can't.
Nope. A map. There's the orca, right next to Scrape.
Gotcha. Nice whale pictures.
There's like an upstairs.
This looks cozy. I love it.
Apparently our saboteur took all the books out of the drawer up here. Must have been looking for something. Want me to put them away?
No, that's just... I read a lot.
That would be awesome.
Okay, what's the best way to get all these in?
Oh my god, it's just
All
pure puzzles. I
right.
love it. Okay, everybody, we're just
having
gonna do some
fun.
dumb puzzles.
Like, that's a lot.
It's a lot of books.
Now, do these ones go in together? These ones that are in stacks? Good to know.
Okay.
That's less terrifying. That's only like 10 pieces, not 50.
Are they not rotatable?
Even better. No, that's gonna have space left over. Like those ones that are standing up vertically are not gonna be right.
You don't think?
No, there's space at the top. Don't you remember in Blackmore Manor when we were filling in where the plants
Yeah.
had to be? There was 0 space left over.
Okay, those have to be vertical.
Great. Those two maybe go on top. See? No space.
Okay, no space. Good point. What else could be vertically fit? Is there anything else that is that vertical under here?
I mean, I understand putting books spine up in a drawer feels a little weird, but how else are you going to know what they are? Cool. You can fit a couple in there. Oh, no. You can fit more in there. No, you can fit the fat book in there for sure. She lives on a boat. That doesn't. Quite right. Do you
Yeah,
think?
it clicked in.
Oh, does that count? Sorry, I didn't know that that sound was fair enough. What was doing it?
Oh, come on. Oh, are
That
you
is
kidding me?
painfully close. Is there any way you can just shuffle slightly?
Aha,
Yeah.
we did it. Oh, then they rearranged it to what they actually thought we should have done. Thanks. Arboreal morphology. Arboreal morphology!
Complex morphological issues, microscopic tracheid analysis.
My scientist friend knows science words. This distresses me. There was a cell thing before, so we should actually pay attention to that.
What was it?
Yeah, somewhere else up here near the books, there was something
really?
about cells.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Parenchyma cells.
About the author. Dr. Predoviciu is the assistant director of the National Wood Laboratory located in Scrivitz, Wisconsin. Oh, that got less interesting. I really thought this person was
European.
they're in Wisconsin.
She might be.
She holds a doctorate in botany from Wisconsin
Unlikely.
Stout. Loves trees. Has a number. We could call the National Wood
Good to
Laboratory
know.
at some point. Alright.
I look forward to when we need that. Was there any other book that you...
Oh yeah, good point. I should probably look at if there's any other.
There's an old Nancy. We gotta click everything.
No, that's wood book. Oh, really? It does not look
Okay.
like there's any other book. Alright.
Wisconsin. Did it say that it was Wisconsin's favorite radio program? See?
Oh yeah, know thyself.
Okay if I use your microscope?
Sure, go ahead.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the question. I wouldn't mind if someone used my microscope, but I'd be very confused about why.
Slide samples? Onion skin.
Ah, the old
Ooh,
favorite.
it's onion skin. Feathers.
Oh, feathers look weird.
Ooh, feathers.
Oh, feathers look way weirder than that from what I've seen of them.
Bullet with butterfly wings.
Or maybe what I saw was just fur, not feather.
Awesome.
What I saw was super weird. I don't know. Why am I trying to remember stuff from university so much today?
Just fuzzy dust.
That's weird.
On a very shiny floor.
That's
My trusty
hack.
laptop.
Ah,
Good thing
thought
I
we were gonna
returned
have to
my
hack.
My brand new anagram buster. If I come across letters that need unscrambling, I'll be all set.
Sure.
Bess and George said to be sure to call them on my cell phone. Call them on my cell phone. Found a business card for Andy Jason.
Oh god, do we need to write numbers down in this one?
Wait. Directory. Party, home, Marvin, party, home. Oh, we
Damn.
do. Right, Danny, get your notebook out.
Alright. I don't know where the pen is.
Oh, I know where the pen is.
Oh wait, is this one up here?
Yes, that's what I was going to get. Here.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it didn't.
Yeah, who needs a pen now?
Alright, as long as we solve it before more people chat, we'll be fine. Town meeting to discuss Orca. Representatives of National Marine Fisheries Service are gonna give their ruling. Now's your chance to express your opinion on this important issue. Be heard, be there. Ooh, Rottweiler art. Ah, these are the ghosts that the GDs of ML. Benjamin Hawkins, cleaning supplies, wash boat, coffee break, at kettle. Yay. Town meeting.
Oh, we missed the town
Oh, we missed the town
meeting.
meeting. Uncle
At
Bob's
least
free
we're
day.
here for Bob's birthday.
No, we're shipping out. Alright. Ooh. No.
That is all I think of it as well. The Monsters Inc. voice.
Don't need this sandwich. I don't know why they force you to make a sandwich.
Ah,
You know, Nancy, for what it's worth,
I don't need
I
arms.
shot my mouth off pretty good at the town meeting last night.
You think that could be why somebody did this to your boat?
I did get pretty obnoxious. See, the thing is, this orca, this killer whale, showed up in the channel about a week ago, and has been hanging around here ever since all by itself.
I want to
She was
kill it and
getting
eat
way
it.
too close to boats, so I called the National Marines Fisheries Service. They made some recordings and did some tests and are analyzing them. In the meantime, they ordered all boats to stay at least 300 feet away from her or risk paying a $1,000 fine. That's what the meeting last night was about.
I
300
take it
feet
not everyone
is...
agrees?
The people that fish for a
don't
living
know.
sure don't.
Whales?
They're steering clear
This
of
seems
the
like it
whale
would be
by taking
difficult.
the long way around the island to get out to sea.
Just like to know.
Which costs them time and fuel. Some people say she should be captured and towed out to sea.
And what do you say?
I think that
I
all
agree
people
with
should
the
be
no-boat
captured and
zone.
towed out to
I
sea.
also think that if she's found to be sick, she should be shipped to a research facility for treatment, not returned to her pod. I
Fair.
said as much last night, only much more strongly.
Difficult, but fair. This is a very non-black and white issue. Like, as far as I know, unless whale towing is a really horrific practice that I'm not aware of.
Oh yeah, to tow a whale, you have to stick 7
She
harpoons in
does,
it,
doesn't she, Cave Goblin?
chop them up, and then put them somewhere else and try and put them back together again.
Who's Andy Jason?
Andy does whale watching tours too. If I had $1 for every time he's come here trying to talk me into selling out to him, I wouldn't be fixing this engine. I'd be buying a new one.
Oh well.
Oh, because someone has sabotaged her, not because
Yeah.
someone's trying to buy a company.
Do you want me to call the sheriff for you?
Actually, I'd rather not get the sheriff involved. The insurance company would raise my rates,
Really?
and I just can't afford that. Besides, I've got my very own private
I
detective
mean, they're insurance
now.
companies.
You.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there's any way that they can make you
Still.
pay them more money, they will do it no matter what.
Rude.
See you in a bit.
I'll be right here.
Alright.
That's why no one should have any insurance. All
Maybe
insurance
we
is a
should go
scam.
somewhere private and make our phone calls.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Or we can look around.
So we'll say hi to Bess
Marvel.
Marvel.
No, Cave Goblin, you don't need to write it down again. I
Bess,
memorized
it's
it. I
me.
was going to
Hey,
impress
how's it
everybody.
going? Grab the phone. It's Nancy. While George picks up, I'm gonna turn down
Now
the
I've
heat in
impressed
my room.
Under
nobody.
your what?
Hey, Nance. So, how's your vacation going?
Great. I got here just in time to solve a mystery.
No mysteries, Nancy. You're supposed to be relaxing. Oh, give it up, George. She can't help it. So what's the deal with this one?
I mean, surely we know how we have to say this, right? Which of these two options?
Especially in young just young voice.
The crime, vandalism. The time, just before I arrived. The scene, Katie's boat.
Katie, you boat. Oh no.
You know what? Just don't use the word killer as a whole.
It might have
when you're
something to
talking
do
about
with
a
this
mystery.
orphan-killing whale that's causing a lot of controversy here.
It might have something to do with this orphan killer whale that's causing a lot of controversy.
If
here.
you are a detective and your friend tells you that they have booked you a surprise trip to Deception Island, the fact that you would expect that to be a holiday, that's on you, Nancy.
If any human being told me they'd booked tickets to Deception Island, I'd be like, no, you haven't. They're like, yeah, no, here are the tickets. I'm like, stop it. I'm not an idiot. Don't make a joke at me. I'm not going to fall for your joke.
I've got to be honest, I felt the same way in year 1 when my best friend told me that she'd been on a holiday to Daydream Island. I thought she was full of crap.
It's just- that just sounds like something a teacher would mockingly say to a student. Oh, you're having a nice time on Daydream Island? Pay attention. You're going to need this in your later life.
There was a town meeting last night. Katie apparently got a little argumentative.
Katie does have a mouth on her, especially when the subject is marine life. Did they find any fingerprints?
That's true.
wouldn't let me
Nancy
call
is the
the
most
sheriff.
suspicious person here. She turns up at the
She said
exact
she was
same
afraid
time
the insurance
that
company would raise her
the
rates.
stuff happens.
Well, she doesn't have much
The
money, I
stuff.
can tell you that.
I was.
Uh-oh, Bess? Is that supposed to be smoking like that? Oh no! Darn it!
Darn what?
My Roo! It's ruined! Oh no!
Get it?
She wrecked her Roo! It's not funny, George! Yes, it is, Bess.
What's a roux?
A carefully heated mixture of flour and butter. I was going to use it to thicken my gumbo.
Good to know. This is very educational.
Did you
Food
say
and drink is
gumbo?
one of my weak
Rock shrimp
topics.
gumbo. It was Chef Sherwood's main dish last night. She's hooked on this cooking show called
We're
Feasting
gonna need
for
to call
Fitness.
this Chef
Let me
Sherwood
guess,
guy.
It's hosted by a guy, and he's very cute.
That happens to be true, but I watch it because I like his philosophy. Eat in moderation and eat only that which is made out of fresh ingredients and cooked with great skill, care, and judgment.
Apparently your
What else
teacher
have you
impression
cooked?
was spot on for
Yesterday she
Jen.
cooked, or should I say ruined, crepes. They weren't ruined. I mean, you could still eat parts of them. Anyway, I want to hear what you're doing, Nance.
Well, I don't want to tell you. You're boring now.
Bye.
I better get going.
Me too. I gotta go braise my brisket. Whatever.
Alright, 7:15.
Damn it, I can't type with a keyboard. What kind of game wouldn't let me use numbers?
555. 9663. Dial.
Hello, it's me.
You saw that, right? You saw that. I didn't look over.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Is there an area code?
Number and dial again. This is a recording.
If there's an area code. Okay. So maybe type 1. 715.
Nine 9663, right?
I know there wasn't an area code, but maybe there's supposed to be one and we're just supposed to know.
You have reached the desk of Dr.
Cool.
Elena Predovic.
So
Boy!
just go to door 1, because American phones.
Thank you.
The fact that you have to just know that.
And do we know Whale Boy's number?
Gotta be honest, I thought that was Whale Boy's number. I didn't know we got the other one.
It's 360 555 7497.
Okay, 360 7497. Oh, that one's probably local. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Dialing 13.
And now I've forgotten the number.
360
7497.
555 7497. What was it? 7497?
Yep.
We're sorry. Your call cannot
There was an area code for this one.
Please check the number.
Is it just based on the area of our phone? Is that how mobiles work here?
You have reached Whale World,
Okay.
the Center for the Appreciation and Observation of Marine Life. Unfortunately, everyone's busy right now, so please call back. Better yet, come in and see us. In the meantime, have a whale of a day.
He sounds kind of sincere as well. I'm gonna be heartbroken when someone's the bad guy.
Is that the irony of Deception Island?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair about area code, but the fact that we're using...
What's up?
See you in a bit.
I don't know.
Enjoy.
The fact that we're using a mobile, I figured might change things.
Watch your step. I should be able to die here, right? Oh no.
Uh-oh. Katie's GPS doesn't look so hot.
Have to
I
rely
better
on
tell
our
Katie
own
the
internal
GPS
sense
is
of
broken.
direction.
This note wasn't here before, was it?
Yeah, no, I leave it for myself to remind myself not to meddle.
Not allowed to touch these gears. Oh, there's another secret drawer.
One would think.
Fine. They just keep pressing that till she fires
I only
us.
pressed it once. This is just what the game. It's stuck forever. That was somebody else.
Yay! They only love us a little bit.
Stop laughing at me.
What's up?
I'm afraid whoever tore up your boat also wrecked your
GPS device.
Oh no. It'd be a shame for you not to go kayaking. I know.
So
Bike to the Hot
sad.
Kettle Cafe and see if Holt Scotto will let you borrow a GPS from him.
Scotto.
See you in a bit. Have fun.
Scotto being someone's surname is very strange to an Australian.
Oh.
Scotto is very much a first name.
How do I leave?
Ooh.
What's this?
Oh, it's the kayak. Let's go in and die. Ooh.
Inside.
That's
Maybe it's a
better.
message. That's odd.
Rosebud. 08.615.
No, don't put on your safety gear. Just get in that kayak.
Oops. He said I shouldn't
Ah.
use your kayak.
What are you trying to
without a-
protect me for, game?
He said I shouldn't use your kayak without a GPS.
Oh, I should have taken the helmet.
Well, that's okay. You might still have to put it on. Just don't do that. See, it's back there.
Haha. Alright, let's die without a helmet.
Crash, crash, crash.
Haha!
Whee! Hey, we made it!
There we go! Oh no, we went too far. Bike crash lands cycling sleuth in hospital. Teenager neglects to wear helmet, pays the price. Ye old deception zucchini toss.
Hell, figure blooming nickel.
That's how you get Danny.
Yeah, this is very Ghost Dogs.
This is very Ghost Dogs.
And I like that. We've been playing for just long enough that that feels nostalgic.
Yeah, back to our very first Nancy. Welcome to the Hot Kettle Cafe.
Oh.
Scotto! Hello? Ooh, nice cat. Oh man, this looks lovely.
This is beautiful. I mean, it's clearly a church.
A book on sea monsters.
Brilliant.
Cool.
No sooner did humans take to the lakes and coastal waters of North America
Alright,
in boats
while you're reading
than
this, I'm
they
gonna get
began
myself
to tell of
breakfast.
frightening encounters with strange water-dwelling creatures. Native Americans sometimes left visual records of what they saw in the form of petroglyphs. European settlers would hear their tale and disregard them as legends and superstitions. But it wasn't long before they too began to see things that were so fantastic in size and appearance that there was only one term for them. Kaiju. North America is not only surrounded by water, no, it said sea monsters, but it contains tens of thousands of lakes. People have been seeing monsters in some of its larger lakes for hundreds of years. Among the most notable lake monsters are Champ, the creature said to inhabit Lake Champlain, the 110-mile-long lake which borders... I thought that was a really big monster for a second. Which borders New York and Vermont. Bessie is said to frequent the western waters of Lake Erie, one of the Great Lakes, while Ogopogo allegedly cruises Okanagan Lake, a body of water about 80 miles long in southern British Columbia.
Lake
Resident-
Erie always gets me because we have a Lake Air in Australia.
Residents of the Pacific Northwest who live near or spend time on the water occasionally report seeing Caddy, short for Cadborosaurus. This monster prefers the sea and has been spotted at various times along the coast of Oregon and Washington, and around Vancouver Island in the Queen Charlotte Islands off the coast of British
Oh,
Columbia.
I like that. If you donate a bit, you get to decide Billy's next reading voice.
Yep, any bit. Not one bit, that's too few bits. 100 bits! 100 bits!
bits?
You can choose my voice.
That's ridiculous.
That's only $1. $1 per voice!
Famous little puzzles.
Could they be the same creature? What's immediately striking about the descriptions of this fearsome foursome is how similar they are. All is described as having very long necks and heads that resemble that of Danny Siller. They are said to be snake-like, with bodies from 1 to 2 feet in diameter and anywhere from 12 to 80 feet long, just like Danny Siller. Sometimes moving through the water in straight, long, log-like fashion, at other times moving as a series of undulating humps. They are dark-colored, usually green, brown, or black. Some witnesses report seeing flippers, and tails that are flooped and horizontal as opposed to vertical like most fish. Though they are occasionally blamed for boating and swimming mishaps, these creatures have been seen eating fish, squeals, and seabirds, but never people. So what are they really? Some cryptozoologists, people who study animals whose existence has been described in anecdotal folklore but never scientifically verified, theorize that Caddy, Champ, Bessie, and Ogopogo are throwbacks to prehistoric times, and are a type of plesiosaur that lives and breeds in underwater crevices and caves. Others say they are more likely to be descendants of Basilosaurus, a serpent-like primitive whale that was 45 to 70 feet long! Debunkers say that what witnesses claim to have seen were nothing more than strange wave formations, or bobbing logs, or sturgeon, truly monstrous-looking fish that spend their lives in both fresh and salt water and can grow to more than 20 feet long. Wanted. Dwa! Yes, Danny? Plesiosaur? I've never met a cryptozoology enthusiast. Have you? They're myths. That's fair. Americans like it because they have Bigfoot. They do. They have Bigfoot. They have Mothman. They have Area 51. They got.
It's not quite the same as cryptozoology when you propose, but there just seems to be something more American than other
Chupacabra.
places about.
I'm so bored of this book, by the way.
Stuff.
I'm done.
Exactly. We don't have many bunyip hunters.
Yeah, no one cares about bunyips. Oh, what is this?
Puzzle?
Maybe on the other side there's an incomplete one. Aha. 10 of hearts, king of spades, 10 of diamonds, 10 of spades. Is this the same as the other? Whoa, what? Oh my god.
Oh boy, what? Sorry, I was trying to find a Penguin Book of Puzzles, but you're doing a puzzle.
Oh, they cycle in weird ways. You want to find the Penguin Book of Puzzles?
Yeah, but I also want to eat. Can you?
Yeah, I can do a Penguin Book of Puzzles.
But I've just looked through and I found a couple that have dodgy answers, so make sure you check the answers. Where are you going?
It's so loud. I was trying to get away from the music.
Oh, I just took my headphones off.
There we go. Alright, so let's do a puzzle, everybody.
Associative activation.
Yeah, let's not do the 12 different European rivers. Alright, let's try this one. I'm going to do one of these classic construction clues.
Have you looked at the answer or do you know it?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Where are the answers?
I just tried to climb onto my lap to get my toes.
This is a bit silly, but I'll do it.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. My first leaves no record to tell of its lot, but this simple fact that it was and is not. Cold and hard is my second, till touched by a flame, the result of which is that it changes its name. Many shrink from my whole, others labour to gain it, and merit at least when they pant to obtain it.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah, I'm going with ice for that middle one as well. Or that last one.
My first leaves no record to tell of its lot, but this simple fact that it was and is not. Cold and hard is my second, till touched by a flame, the result of which is that it changes its name. Many shrink from my whole, like the whole word, others labour to gain it, and merit at least when they pant to obtain it. I will type it, please. Unless somebody else wants to, because I'm lazy. My first leaves no record to tell of its lot, but this
Okay, you're still going
fact
fast.
that it was and is not. To tell of its lot, but this simple fact that it was and is not. Cold and hard is my second, to touch by a flame, the result of which is it changed its name. Many shrink from my whole.
Or with a W.
With a W. Many shrink from my whole, to the whole word. Others labour to gain it, and merit it least when they pant to obtain it.
What does that mean? They merit it least when they pant to obtain it.
It's a bit silly, this one. Right. Yeah, pant. They pant. No, they merit it least, so they don't deserve it when they pant to obtain it. When they try really hard to get it, I guess.
That's very peculiar.
It's very peculiar. The trick here is I think we're all pretty happy with the second part being ice.
Yeah.
Cold and hard until flame makes it turn into something else.
My first leaves no record to tell of its lot. I don't know how weird to get with that. That feels like it's going in the footsteps shadow sort of realm, but
The first one is a mean trick. Is what it is. It's a mean trick clue.
something was and is not. Anything. But no record of it.
It's incredibly mean, but it is a trick. I have a hint for what the trick is.
Many shrink from my...
Yeah, so the actual word is like, a lot of people are kind of...
Something scary, intimidating. What?
Notice is correct.
What?
So yeah, notice being like something, some people are like, oh, I don't want to kind of have people notice me or know what's going on. And other people are like, hey, I really, really want it. But then people don't deserve it. If they're only acting so that people can notice them and see them. And then the first one's a trick because it literally just says, the answer to this one is that it's not. It was and is not.
Okay, that's fair.
Not ice notice.
It's honestly the...
Yeah, it's a bit silly,
the
but I like it.
description of the word notice is a little weird to
Yeah,
me.
it was a little bit off, but I figured, you know, we can't be too picky with these cool puzzles.
Fair enough. Yeah, very well caught, Raw.
Alright, yes, they're open. Now, after being burned by the last one, that we
Final scene.
by final scene, I don't know if this is one that we need to wait until we understand what we are trying to attempt, or whether we're just messing with it. I will point out that while this one is by itself and goes Ace of Hearts, 2 of Spades, 8 of Clubs, King of Hearts, 10 of Spades, and then back, this one also moves the first one. This one also moves the third one.
Surely you want a straight flush.
And this one's by itself. You think?
I want a straight flush.
Okay, let's try for just make a straight flush then. So what is this? This could be an ace, king. This couldn't be a queen, could it? Could be an 8. Could be a, oh, could be a king. Was this an ace of hearts when it was an ace?
Diamonds. I know, maybe they can just all be aces or kings. Whatever. Like, it might be exactly the same as Final Scene, where it's totally random which one you have to pick.
Yeah. I'm going to wait till we get another clue on this one.
But we might not.
We might not, but for now, I'm going to trust the game to be good. Sorry?
Like, maybe the music is too loud, because it feels like you are being loud.
If it's too loud, then tell us. Oh, here's another one. This one doesn't do anything.
Oh boy, yeah. These sounds all loud.
Alright,
I understand.
I don't actually know whether we're going to be able to get back to the game properly.
Cool. Yeah. Sorry if this feels a bit quiet, but that does not sound quiet at all. That sounds fine. What?
Oh, fine. Okay, sorry. I thought you were saying it wasn't any quieter.
Okay. I hope your Wolf Creek is better than our Wolf Creek.
Hang on, I'll be right with you.
Actually,
Yeah,
I'm
Wolf
looking
Creek
for
is an
someone
Australian
named
horror
Holt
movie.
Scotto.
So what do you want? I'm Holt Scotto.
This guy looks like Will Ferrell in Zoolander. That's my opinion on this man. He looks like Will Ferrell in Zoolander.
I'm Nancy Drew.
Yeah,
Katie Firestone said
that
I might
was
be
an
able to
amazing
find you
moment.
in here.
Well, you're not one of them save the whale and heck with everybody else crusader types like she is, are you?
I'm just here on vacation.
Her true colors came out real clear last night.
She likes
Us
whales.
Don't count. All that matters is rescuing that poor precious orca out there. To heck with people trying to make a living. Of course, is the way she makes her living being hurt by that whale? Why, no. Her business is booming. Now, ain't that the oddest thing?
She's back at the boat right now trying to fix her engine. Somebody vandalized it.
She ticked off a lot of people last night. That's what she gets for being so meddlesome. Anyway, Snake Horse Harbor, home of Cadborosaurus.
Ooh.
That's how this place got its name, you know.
Puzzle that's confusing. Yeah, if you want to tell us about it, then
Yeah.
we
Really?
can try to
Well,
help.
that's the sea
Probably
monster
not try to
Native
just
Americans
answer it
used to
for
see
you,
out
because
in
that
the
might
channel
steal
every
some
so
of your
often.
satisfaction.
Called it the Snake Horse. Had the head of a horse,
There's a
and the
weight
body
puzzle in
of a
Discord.
giant snake. People on Vancouver Island started calling it Cadborosaurus after it or one of its relatives was seen a couple of times at Cadboro Bay.
Scotto
They
and
call it
Caddy.
for short.
Is it a friendly sea monster?
Back in the late 1800s, he took the rap for a lot of hoodoo around here. Fog would roll in at night, and men would just vanish. It was the Snake Horse, people would say. Little did they know.
So it wasn't the snake horse?
Well, they'd been Shanghai. See, a bunch of establishments in town had secret
Love it.
paths built
Yes.
right into the walls. Guy'd be having a drink one minute, and next minute he'd be clobbered over the head, whisked into a secret passageway, and taken out to a ship waiting in the harbor. He'd wake up on the high seas and discover that if he wanted to survive, he'd better do what the captain ordered. No matter what he was before, he was now a sailor. It was a cheap way for captains to get crews back then, and an easy way for some of the town's citizens
Sure.
to make money.
Sure.
Whoever trashed Katie's boat also ruined her GPS.
Well, then Nancy's just like, I'm done with this
Now,
topic.
that's a shame.
is, I'd like to go kayaking while I'm here. Only I can't without a GPS.
Oh, now that really is a shame. Spare right here in my duffel.
Oh, he's
You know what else I got in my
donkus,
duffel?
but I like him. This is now I don't like him. What's going on?
That's creepy.
Why am I getting the feeling I'm not going to like this?
This is a little seamanship quiz I whipped up.
Oh, what?
I'm thinking about making people pass it before they're allowed to
Okay.
rent any kind of watercraft once I become harbor master. Here.
Sure.
Okay.
The idea is to cut down on having to rescue people who've got no business being out on the water in the first place. Trouble is, nobody's actually...
Well, good. If we're a guinea pig, it doesn't mean we have to get it right.
Hmm.
You mean, if I take the quiz, you'll let me borrow the GPS?
If you pass the
Oh,
quiz,
yeah, it's totally fair.
GPS is yours. You'll need
Depending
that
on what the
container for
questions
the
are, of
last
course.
question.
See you around.
I need
Vote
this
for hope.
container.
Spread the word.
See, that's now weird.
What?
That we need that container to answer the last question.
What can I get for you, Nancy?
Whoa, that's rude.
Since we haven't met, there's only one way.
The fact that I
to know
introduced
my
myself to
name.
someone else
On the day
2
my
feet
Aunt
away from
Iris
you.
turned this place over to me, she said, Jenna, you're about to become a real good listener. And darned if she wasn't right.
So you own this cafe?
Aunt Iris left it to me 3 years ago. It's been in the Devlin family since the day it was built, which was back in like 1866 or something. So, you're visiting Katie Firestone.
Ah,
My condolences.
biceps are very small.
Your condolences?
Me and her don't see eye to eye on a couple of things.
You mean like the whale?
That orca out there should be rejoined with her
Oh,
pod
wow, they
as
are
soon
very
as
small.
possible. Period. End of story. No matter what Miss Fancy Schmancy science degree says. Other people may be bamboozled by all her talk of data charts and field tests and monitoring whatnots, but not
Hey,
the only thing
wanna
she
eat
wants
that
is to
whale.
get that whale into an aquarium. It wouldn't surprise me if Katie's been secretly feeding it, which is against the law, by the way. And you know what else? It wouldn't surprise me
This
if
is
she
fair.
trashed her own boat, because she knew that after that meeting last night, everybody would assume that Holt did it and not want to vote for him. I got an idea. Let's change the subject.
What do you know
Maybe
about
she'll
the
give us the
Shanghaiing that used to
password.
go on around here?
It never went on, that's what I know. Shoving grown men into passageways and carting them off to ships never to be seen again? It's just a big, colorful, tall tale.
No matter what those
For now.
historians say with their fancy degrees and books. Does Andy Jason ever come in
Andy
here?
Jason ever come in here?
Everybody comes in here. Know how some people can't go a day without coffee? People around here can't go a day without a bowl of my clam chowder.
I thought chowder
In fact,
was an
if you ever
it
want
was
free
like a New
sample,
England
just say the
thing.
word.
Where are we?
Washington.
That's old England. I thought it was like a certain chowder was New Englandy and a different chowder was like red chowder and white chowder are 2 different regions of chowder, and they're like, chowder.
Right.
I think that's how it goes.
Fair. I've also never had chowder. I assume it's just mush.
I'm assuming it's just a soup. Isn't it just
Yeah,
a soup?
mush.
I don't know if soup and mush are the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. What are you saying about my
Right.
soups, Danny?
Well, that if you put seafood in it, it would probably be quite mushy.
It's a cream-based soup. It's a
Huh.
potato soup. Ooh,
Oh, okay.
chowder
Potato
wars.
is pretty good.
So, and Andy Jason is he here now by any
Is Andy
chance?
Jason in here now by any chance?
Actually, he only comes in once or twice a week. Says he's too busy. Of course, the reason he's so busy is because he's too cheap to hire another person to help him run the place. Kind of surprised me when I heard he was trying to buy Katie Firestone out. Must have something up his sleeves, all I can figure.
Think I could try a bowl of your clam
mean-
chowder?
Coming right
Well,
up.
just 'cause
Next
he's-
one will be on the house too.
No pocket
That was
crackers.
delicious.
We didn't
Here,
keep
let me
them.
get rid of that for you.
No. No, I want to
It's
keep
been
it.
fun talking to you.
Ain't that the truth?
Let's look at this quiz. Ooh, nautical flags.
Yeah, let's learn first.
Okay.
Well,
Dungeness crab. Okay, what's the difference between that male and that female?
the abdomen of the female is wider than that of a male. Is that literally it?
Well, the pattern on them is a bit different.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I
the
see
male
that. The middle
segments are
part
a
is...
little bit more evenly distributed.
Okay. Maritime signal flags.
Cool. Hey, and the IPA, which I still need to learn.
ICA?
Yeah, ICA. Sure.
That's a bit weird. Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot Golf Hotel India Juliet Kilo Lima Mike November Oscar Papa Quebec
Probably Lima.
Romeo Sierra Tango Uniform Victor Whiskey X-Ray Yankee Zulu.
Right. Yeah. I still, for some reason, those ones I. Okay.
No. That looks right.
I don't know the next one, but I can skip to question 3.
Huh.
I can't skip, I don't think.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh boy, can you...
Oh, I can.
How much can I
The
remember?
left side of the vote is at sport.
Good.
Moon always rises. Where does the moon rise?
I have no idea.
Yes.
Okay.
How about that?
What does this mean in Morse code?
Is that, V? O? What's a single dash? T? E?
Wait, what's his name? Hank Scott?
No.
What's his name?
I forget, but it wasn't Hank.
What's his name?
Hold on.
Holt.
Wrong.
Oh, what? I don't want to do this without a translation.
No, I'm not trying.
Alright, you keep going. You go, I'm gonna get some chocolate. There's a 4 in there. Vote for Hank Scotto? Or vote...
Vote for me? Why would you write it like this at all?
Someone said there's a 4.
Definitely ends with T, though. Oh, right, his name was Holt.
Correct.
Oh, it was a number 4. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
that-
assumed it was the word 4.
No, I was looking at the people typing 4.
Gotcha. North Star is part of what constellation? I am bad at this sort of stuff, and that's a Northern Hemisphere thing. Ursa Major? I don't know. Let's start typing in constellations. Ursa Major? Ursa Minor?
Am I smart or what?
Ursa Minor, so close!
Or Samuel.
Okay, so now all we need to know is this fine. Let's start typing in numbers. 50, 500, 200, 250, 300, 350, 700. Yeah, okay. We should probably look that one up. Yeah, I did know all my Morse code, and I have clearly forgotten most of it. I was happy to remember V.
No.
Oh, there's more questions.
Very good. Perfect.
Ha! What?
Nope.
Triple?
Nope. Nope.
Sailors?
And then bring me a male Dungeness grab.
Okay.
You again?
Did you say you were a fisherman?
4th generation. I've fished every ocean for just about every fish. you
Yeah,
can make
bring
money
me this
fishing for.
crab
Lived
is
here
not
for the
something
last
that a
11
person
years.
should have to do in order to go kayaking. Like, it's hilarious.
How often do you go fishing?
Every day. Only reason I'm not out there right now is because I've been in and out of campaign meetings since 8 this morning.
Don't say that, that's really rude.
You're running for office?
I think it's high time people around here started doing what makes sense instead of doing
Oh,
what's politically
boy.
correct all the time. Harbor master we got now bends over backwards so far for the environmentalists, it's a wonder he can still walk
This is
upright.
a little wounding.
See you around.
Watch out for Caddy.
Too bad I wasn't invited. Sounds like they're having fun.
Alright, maybe.
Alright, how do we find out fishing regulations? Maybe there's a fishing spot?
Yeah, I mean, there was like a lighthouse. A bend knot. 2 ropes together. I haven't heard of that. Hopefully this game will teach me some stuff.
Fish.
Yuck, I'm not picking them up. These would be great for rock skipping.
Okay.
I already have some rocks.
Can we go to the lighthouse?
I already have some rocks.
Treasure map. Oh.
Wait.
What? What just happened?
We picked it up.
Ah.
Female.
Well, what's even the point?
And I alone am left to tell the tale.
That was very strange, Nancy.
That was super strange.
Huh. Male.
Oh. You are recognizing it far faster than I am. But okay, now let's go up to the lighthouse, see if it can educate us on finds. Doesn't look like it's going to educate us on much. Yeah, cool. Let's just scurry around in the old lighthouse.
What do you think you're doing? Those signs over there say no trespassing, which means keep out, which means you, girly.
Girly?
Leave.
But I just...
Now.
How are we going to end that sentence? But I just what?
But I just got here.
Okay, that looks like you're gonna rock the fish.
So all we need to know is this.
Well,
Sure.
let's go everywhere. But yeah, it may have been back by the boat. Maybe that was a sign.
That's what I was thinking. Now, Crab, tell me what you know of fishing and finds. It is a sordid tale.
Oh,
One only a crab
leaning
can
on
tell.
my ankle with his face.
Oh, what a cute.
He's such a cute puppy.
Why, here at Whale World, we know all about.
Clamming permit.
We know all about.
$138.43. It was going to take me a while to guess that.
138.43.
We can type it in right now.
Oh, nice. Huh.
Perfect.
All right.
That should do it.
Well
I
done.
have to bring him a male Dungeness crab.
Now I wonder where the game was going to tell us that.
About ropes and such.
Yeah.
Here in the Rope Museum.
That looks likely.
Hi there. Welcome.
It looks like a
What can I do
Brady.
you for?
Not someone named Brady, as in like a
Someone
from the Brady Bunch.
Fair.
Are
Oh,
you-
well, no wonder his business is probably outdoing Katie's. Look at that offer.
Unique keychain free to anyone who takes our whale watching tour.
Are
Yes.
you Andy Jason?
Amazing.
That's me. How'd you know?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Katie Firestone's. I saw your business card on
Brady
the boat.
Brady.
Nice to meet you, Nancy.
There's only so
Any friend
long
of
you can
Katie's is a
go,
friend of mine.
Angela, without guessing $138.43.
Even though she keeps refusing to sell out to you.
Even though she keeps refusing to sell out to you?
I must admit, that is a little frustrating.
I told you he seemed nice as well.
Set up here.
It's my
He's like a
mission to see
Todd.
that everyone who comes to Snake Horse
Community
Harbor
Todd.
leaves with a greater appreciation for marine mammals.
You're right.
And if I make a buck in the process, that's cool too.
What do you think should be done with the
Look, we're out there.
So this is
Nothing.
White Wolf of
I think
Bicycle
people
Creek
should
as
just
well.
leave it alone.
Just Ghost
I mean,
Dogs
why do
meets
we
White Wolf.
humans always think
Yeah, a
we
little
know
bit.
best?
into
We
that.
can barely deal with ourselves, let alone a whole other species.
Someone
Ransacked
ransacked
Katie's
Katie's boat while
boat.
she was in town this morning. Made a real mess.
That's what he'll say. Oh,
Wonder
interesting.
if it's
I
related
supply
to
her
the
insurance. Better up her rates.
What
Burglaries.
A bunch of stuff was stolen from 2 shops earlier this week. Food, tools, clothing, electronics. There was no sign of forced entry, no trace of who did it. Sheriff's still scratching his head.
Gotta be honest, if anyone feels like they'd be stealing electronics, it's Katie.
Why do you want to buy Katie out? She can't be taking that many customers
New
away
trivia
from you.
question.
I don't like her taking any customers away from me. And frankly, with this whale doing its orphan thing out there, I'm losing a lot of customers to her.
Isn't the whale just as good for you?
After this conversation, we'll ask a trivia question.
Katie convinced the fisheries service that she should be allowed to monitor the orca's condition, which means she can get right up
I think
next to
Katie's
the
the
whale
villain of
while
this
my
story.
boat has to stay away.
I think she is trying to milk
no,
this situation.
this question is very important.
Oh. Does she take
Yeah.
passengers?
Katie takes passengers with her when she checks on the whale?
Paying passengers, as many as she can safely
Ooh, I don't
fit.
know.
Katie.
Katie.
I don't love that.
Whoever ransacked Katie's boat tore
I
a
don't know.
bunch of
Katie
parts
feels
out
like
of
the
her
bad
engine.
guy.
It's like they wanted to make sure she couldn't go anywhere for a while.
That's too bad.
She just tricks you with her soothing voice. Oh, that's accusing. This is
In
great.
a way, it's kind of good. I mean, for you at least.
Very true. As long as her boat's out of commission, I'll get all her customers.
Thanks for your time.
Have a good one.
That's my secret plan.
He seemed pretty innocent to the idea that you were accusing him of something. You don't want to go into the museum? Ah,
look
you're
at what
checking
else
out
is
the
here.
souvenirs first.
We need a trivia question first.
Yes.
The
fair.
trivia question is: does 7E2YPAQ mean anything to anyone? No, it doesn't.
Not right away, no.
And if I had something to link it to, maybe.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, as in like if there was something where there was,
Oh,
but by itself, no. Although, is this? I heard you mention URLs earlier. I know Errol made a big puzzle that had something URL based lately that people were trying to get hints on in the recon chat. I don't know if it's the same thing, but he was saying it's some weird cipher that you have to apply.
Yikes.
No, I have no idea. Now, the trivia question is...
Oh.
Going
Maybe just ask it.
Yep, the trivia question is...
Oh, sorry, I thought you had one. I'll keep thinking.
Which American state capital shares a name with an Australian rules football club?
Oh my god, what?
I believe this is true. Which American state capital shares its name with an Australian football club? It's also a suburb of Melbourne because of that. It's just named after the suburb of Melbourne.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no one's going to have both. I want an American state capital and an Australian football. I've told you it's a Melbourne-based.
That took me a while, but I got there.
What state is Geelong the capital of?
You can really tell what side of the equation people are going to come from.
This is my international trivia question for both of you. For both of you Americans and you Australians.
Wow, that's...
Sorry for those of you who are neither.
Oh my god, look at all these sales.
Yeah,
1, 2,
we
3,
can
4,
tell.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah, just keep guessing AFL teams and one of them will be right. And US people, you just keep guessing state capitals.
Interesting. Interesting.
The correct answer has not been said yet.
Interesting.
Not Montpellier.
Basically, if you know AFL teams, Google a list of Google a list
There's
of
not
state
a Dover
capitals.
in Melbourne,
And if
nor
you
a
know,
Madison.
and if you think you know state capitals, Google a list of AFL teams and see if you can find the one that links.
I don't think someone did write down the question. It's which American state capital is also a Melbourne suburb / Australian AFL team? Not Dover. It's fair to go with the Englishest sounding ones, though, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Not Hartford.
Miss,
Richmond is absolutely right.
Richmond is correct. Richmond, Virginia?
Yes.
And the Richmond Tigers.
Good job, Jen.
Those are from Tigerland.
Oh, yeah.
The Fighting Fury, they're from Tigerland. If you ever want to have a really fun, stupid day, go to YouTube
God.
and look up a medley of the Australian rules football, like, team
Anthems.
songs that play whenever they come on. Like, their anthems for each of the...
It's really
they're
weird.
so hilarious.
They just kind of take classic songs or sea shanties or just pre-existing things
Yeah,
like
and then they
the
just add-
Marseillaise and just...
Good old
Take
Collingwood
them.
forever, they know how to play the game.
And then the St Kilda Saints, which is just, when the Saints go marching in.
Yeah, that's the laziest.
It's really weird.
Seriously, just do it. It's so much fun. They're so silly.
Yeah, what did Nancy think of that boat?
I don't know. I think she thought it was...
Interesting.
Interesting.
Now, what's the one that we found out was also a super American song? One of the, like... Oh, someone does It's a Grand Old Flag.
Oh, yeah.
It's a grand old flag. It's a high-flying flag. Da, da, da. But it's not. They're talking about whatever team they are.
Well, are they still talking about a flag? Aren't
Maybe.
they talking about their own flag? Okay, great. So the caddy
Sons of the Scray.
That was it, right?
They're not the
Oh,
Sons
no,
of the
we can
Scray
look
yet,
at
though,
this
are they?
stuff. Do we want to?
Sons of the West? Whatever.
I guess we have no money.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, Sea Badger. Yeah. I can't watch those. I read the entire Wikipedia page for AFL rules so that I understood how it's played. And the marks are obscene. Like, it is violent. Like, I'd be horrified. They, like, just full on leap with their feet onto other people without them knowing. I couldn't do it. I actually prefer watching AFLW rather than AFL because there's much less gratuitous childish bullying and violence for the hell of it.
Oh yeah, there's nothing that reinforces the fact that all AFL players are actual children than the fact that, like, them watching them, like, start to get mad at each other and want to fight after anything happens. You're like, just get over it. What is wrong with you?
You know, after having my first sporting injury, I'm much more attuned to, people playing roughly.
Hi, Nancy.
I'd like to play the games in your center, but it looks like I need some kind of key card.
I mean...
Here you go. This will activate all
Yeah.
the games. It will also keep track of what games
good
you've
night.
won.
Thank you
And
for
it'll let you
joining
play
us.
all the games as many times as you want.
That's true. And I suppose it wasn't my first sporting injury. I've rolled ankles and things before, but definitely a first broken bone. There was.
That boat in the bottle you have is
Interesting.
It was made by one of the first non-Native Americans to settle here, a guy named Benjamin Hawkins. I bought it from
Nice.
this lady who kind of went bonkers after her husband died.
Wait, what? Sorry, I missed that.
The boat, the bottle.
Oh, okay.
How do you get the boat in there? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Thanks for your time.
I like this guy.
pleasure.
He doesn't have bluster.
Now, but I do want to know whether there was an in-game way to know, like,
rope
half,
thing.
I mean, and the Morse
Absolutely.
code,
Yeah, good point.
and any of
We
this
haven't
information.
found
We just
Morse
knew all
code.
this. Is there stuff in the game that taught us this? Because I haven't
Maybe
found
there are
any of
more
it.
books in Katie's things now, or maybe that interactive station. Oh, no,
Never
this
a
is just a
dull
game.
moment. Dolly the doll's place must do certain things to survive, like eat,
boy.
breathe, and avoid her enemies. Use your keyboard arrows to make sure she eats, doesn't run out of air, and avoids the dangers forever looking in the ocean.
Yeah, maybe we just had to use like 2002 Google.
What do I need to eat?
Small stuff, probably.
Not the don't hit the sea mine. Is what you're saying?
Maybe. Oh god, not the torpedo. That was a risk.
Well, you know, you gotta.
Oh no, don't fight the other orca. Probably not the giant squid.
Well, I'm stuck forever now.
Oh wait, it's moving, it's moving. Ah.
Oh, I got eaten by a bigger orca. Oh, that's sad. Just. Oh. Congratulations, you win.
We did? Great, we won.
Never a dull moment.
Looks like I need a key card to play.
Oh no, a pod of whales is trapped in the inlet. Swim to freedom. Use this quiz to help them swim to open water. Each correct answer moves them closer to freedom, but get two wrong and you have to start over.
Okay.
Megaptera nova angela is the scientific name for the...
Okay.
Big
wing new angel.
New angel.
What does that sound like?
It's the humpback.
Sure.
The cetacean that consumed the fastest is...
Minky or the orca?
The orca. Oh no. Sea mammals, including dolphins and killer whales, have been trained by the military because they are extremely stupid. Orcas are called killer whales because they cause more injuries to people. They are killed by whalers more than other whales. They kill any other whales. They're black and white. Do they kill any other whales?
Doesn't surprise me.
Nice. How many blowholes do baleen whales have? Just one?
I thought it was just one. What?
No, it's not. Minke whales have a dorsal fin shaped like a... No dorsal fin.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. What else could it be?
Any of them, really.
Yeah, what would you like? Half circle? That's a bit weird. I'm gonna say they have none. I'm wrong.
Try again.
Okay, let's try. The diet of toothed whales consists mostly of jellyfish, abalone, polar bears, fish, and other sea mammals. The throats of the baleen whales, commonly seen around Deception Island, are always grooved. I feel like they have grooved throats.
I mean, it's much less scary than the other options.
Non-existent. An example of a baleen whale is all the above.
Sure.
Toothed whales do not possess external ears. Damn.
Probably all of the above?
Probably. Individual orcas are often identified by the markings on their bellies. Damn. A baleen whale consumes food by...
Straining, right?
I guess. What? That's weird. I mean, we did get two wrong, but then it let us keep going for some reason.
Yeah.
The process of seeing objects by aiming sound was echolocation. Not echoloquacious. Whales can hold their breath for days at a time.
At least hours.
Hours or days?
Maybe just hours? Damn.
No, days. Whales can dive to a depth of... I don't know, more than a mile.
Heaps. Damn.
Whale that likes the dorsal fin...
Well, maybe we should just quit and start over. They have a lot of questions. We haven't repeated one yet.
The orca whale is...
Oh, it is at the top of the of its food chain, isn't it?
Maybe humans might eat it. Humans eat lots of stuff. Good. The whale best known for its beautiful song is... Humpback.
No idea.
Megaptera movie Angela is Humpback. Cetacean that's in the fastest was the orca. No, it wasn't. Damn.
Yay!
Aha!
We don't win anything for that. That was just for fun.
So we got ticked. We got
oh, okay.
We're going to do whale sounds and feeding frenzy.
And they're at the other side.
Probs.
Okay. This is interesting.
Throughout the center, you've been able to hear the sounds different
Oh, no.
cetaceans make. To see just how good your memory is, press a button, listen to the sound that plays, then press the button of the cetacean that made the sound. If you've made a correct match...
That's a mink.
Minky.
Nope.
How long do we have to listen to this?
Ugh. Porpoise?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
Wow, that's pretty standard. That's gotta be a killer whale, right? Oh, that's gotta be the porpoise. That is very pretty.
No, it's making
Yeah,
me...
that's true, Badger. We just have to wait until they're done speaking. That was rude of us. Like, this one sounds like if you press your ear up to someone else's stomach and you just hear the gurgling going on inside. Woo.
Now, where's feeding frenzy?
There was something... Nope. I was gonna say over to our left, but that might not have been it.
Well, that's the wall. That's, the,
Oh.
that's what we do at the end. I think this is feeding frenzy.
Ah,
Here we go.
great. Oh boy. And I
Well,
like
that's
that now
hungry.
we've got some haunted carousel in here.
It's just whack-a-mole.
Okay. Sorry, that was the
20.
cutest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, that was amazing. Was whack-a-mole, but nice. That's like the feed two birds with one scone.
Alright.
Toy shark, toy shark, toy shark. Whale watching tour. So we can get our keychain.
I won the whale
Yes.
watching tour.
I want that keychain.
Hi, Nancy.
I won a free whale watching tour.
Well, congratulations. I'll give you an exclusive tour. Just be you and me.
He
ready when
even
you
managed
are.
to make that not sound creepy.
Hmm.
Remarkable.
Whales, 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 whales,
Steal
whales.
his GPS.
Steal his GPS. There it is. That's not a whale. That's not a whale. These aren't whales. Oh. Oh, hello. Ah!
Wow, we didn't have to stay that far back.
No, he just got a huge fine.
Thank you for the great tour and for letting me use your camera.
My pleasure.
Thanks for your time.
Ahem.
Drop by again.
Ahem.
Hi, Nancy.
Thanks for your time.
Whales rule!
God damn it, I want to be mad at him, but he just had to say Wales rule like that.
Yeah, so does anyone know what would have taught us Morse code and
Yeah, maybe Katie's just got books on it.
and rope knowledge? Because we've got them all. We're ready to go with the hot kettle calf. Just doesn't feel like we should be ready
Yeah.
to go, you know? I want to cheat.
Oh, we do have a laptop in the game.
Oh, of course we have a laptop.
DI portal.
Yeah, okay. Search, Morse code,
Yeah.
crabs, not samples.
Can we look up knot samples? I would like to learn.
Humans
Yes,
invented
this
rope.
is what a knot is. Thank you. Seriously?
There's more.
Stoppers, bends, hitches, and binding. Nice. It just looked like when you're trying to make a sling for a broken bone, but you don't have a real one. That's fun.
Alright.
Okay.
Ugh.
Right.
Don't call yourself Daddy Drew.
Wow, wait. Who is this email from? All right. What's Nancy's dog's name again?
Hannah.
Pogo?
No, that was a
Togo?
dog. Alright, let's go get our GPS.
Togo? Nice. No. Hannah is like the maid? Yeah, housekeeper.
Oh wow, it's got evil.
Well, we are about to steal an old man's GPS. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for trespassing like that.
So what do you want?
I've got a male crab, I think.
Let's have a look. Right as rain.
I was gonna do that.
You'll be home free. I'll take care of the crab for you.
I finished that seamanship quiz.
Let's have a look. Right as rain.
Oh.
Congratulations. Here's your GPS. Just turn around and follow the instructions. I'll take care of the crab for you.
Great, thank you. See you around.
Yo ho ho.
Oh, did she laugh at the yo ho ho?
There are some great sign-offs in this game. I'm enjoying them.
Yo ho scoper.
Yeah,
What is this card thing?
Oh.
Good question. Aunt Iris said it and the others like it have been on the walls in here since the place was built.
Well, that was a king of spades.
I think go backwards.
I made a royal flush.
Told you.
Oh, not in order though. Okay.
No, you can click on that one. On the right. Same place.
Nothing behind this one.
Cool. Bet you did the other one.
Nothing behind this one.
Intriguing.
Then more.
There is clearly a secret passage behind that bookcase, right?
Gotta be.
Okay, what can we make with this one?
With 6 of hearts and an 8 of hearts and 8 of clubs.
Okay, so maybe just a straight flush.
Jack of hearts, 10 of hearts, 8 of hearts.
Why would you change them when they all fit? Hold on. See if you can change that 6 to a 9. Damn.
It does have it. One of them is a king of hearts, doesn't it?
True.
So if this could be a
Okay.
9. Oh, it could be a jack.
Cool, keep going. See if it could also be a 9.
No.
Alright,
Let's see if that
then
jack
make
is
it-
a ace.
And yeah. Ah.
Maybe it's not hearts then.
Speaking of Encyclopedia Brown, try clubs, Cave Goblin suggests. We are doing something faintly related to Encyclopedia Brown on Solve This Murder / Escape This Podcast bonus Patreon episodes. Whoa. I mean, everything seemed right except for the first one. Can the first one be a queen? I don't think it could, but...
Could this one be a queen, maybe?
I made a royal flush.
Well, is it a royal flush if it's not spades?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, how many royal flushes are we going to need to make?
Great, diamonds. One for each suit. What suit did we get the first time?
I can't remember. Does anyone remember what our first suit was?
Oh, that's a lot of queens. Ah.
Oh no.
I made a royal flush.
First one was spades. Cool, so now all we need is hearts. Wherever that may be.
Nothing behind
Maybe it's
this
in the
one.
VIP room.
Guess not all of them open.
We definitely did both of these too.
Yeah.
That one just didn't open.
Nothing behind this one.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
You know, your clam chowder really is awesome.
Say no more. Next one will be on the house, too.
Just keep the
that was
compliments coming.
delicious.
Here, let me get rid of that for you.
It's been fun talking to you.
Ain't that the truth?
Alright, I guess we go kayaking until the party's over.
I guess so.
Yeah, she seems very cheerful.
Everyone here's cheerful.
Except Katie.
Yeah, Katie's the worst. I love how we all liked Katie until we met everyone else in town.
I still like her, I just think that perhaps she is being a bit misguided in her approach. Like, what she was is absolutely fair, but...
Loading. Know your place. Current position. Waypoint, waypoint. Huh?
Okay.
It's a message in a bottle.
Alright.
Rosebud. Oh, hold on. We got
the last one
we got
say?
West 123 08615. Could these somehow be related to? Yeah, look.
Yeah.
12308 something. So we need to find what the north is.
Wait, was the other one? The other one didn't say west, did it?
No, but I think it's a continuation.
Maybe.
08615.
And we're basically almost there. We just need to go like the tiniest bit more. East. To get to 08615.
Okay. I'm very confused.
Yeah, apparently I don't understand this. I thought I did. This is not one of the easier navigations. Yeah, I thought of that, Jan.
There's a channel marker. go.
Sorry. We didn't die. We didn't forget to put on our life jacket. These angle changes to suddenly look at the oar or the front of the boat are really throwing me.
So many rocks. Let's go this way. Let's just explore.
We are playing Danger on Deception Island. Like, doesn't it seem like it's our duty to go past the markers?
That would make sense. How are there rocks everywhere? Why is Nancy so bad at this? Alright, I want to go that way. It doesn't even... Am I facing south?
I don't know.
I'm so lost. Okay, I think now I'm just facing north. So let's... go west. Oh, I want to know what this is. Oh, this is the boat, apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's telling us that we... There we go.
God, they're so mean to her. Doo 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 doo.
Cool. Well, I feel like that 08615 thing is telling us that we should go east.
Why? Why east?
Because where we are right now, we're at west 889,
okay.
which seems more west.
Well, I think this must therefore be going
I would
straight
assume
east.
that that's...
Oh, I thought I got the life jacket this time. Okay, I've just headed straight east. Let's continue east as far as we can. Alright, that's as far east as we could go. Oh wait, 700. I mean, I cannot go any further east. Maybe if we go
around the rock.
Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we keep hitting these rocks.
Oh, you're not wrong, Jen. That is weird. I mean, I suppose we don't... Okay.
Yeah, we just can't go east. Maybe we have to get the whole thing and then Nancy
Yeah.
will be like, I'm going to go to there.
Maybe. In which case, maybe just finding that extra bottle was all we needed to do right now.
Maybe.
What was that?
A whale.
Oh, nice.
What's up?
I saw a boat in a bottle at Andy Jason's place. He said it was made by a guy named Benjamin Hawkins.
As a matter of fact, I've done some research on Hawkins. He settled here in the mid-1800s, lived in a cabin where the lighthouse is
Danny,
now.
you talk to her. Tell me if there's anything interesting. I'm going to use the bathroom.
Why are you doing
Why are you
research,
doing research
on
on
him?
him?
Some of the things I heard about him got my curiosity going. For instance, he apparently
I
had
noticed
a
that
major
she's
feud
wearing a
going with
vest,
some
but
sea
not a
captain.
particularly good life
Hawkins
vest.
would see the guys sail on the horizon, grab his family and all his valuables,
Yikes.
and go into hiding for days.
That's not a feud. That's something much worse.
What was the feud about?
Nobody knew. Rumor had it that the sea captain was an ex-pirate, which might explain why Hawkins hid. But where he hid is still a mystery.
Jeez. Okay.
I talked to Jenna Deblum.
What do
when I
you
was at the
think
Hot
of
Tub.
her?
What nasty rumor is she spreading about me today?
Do you two not like each other or something?
She doesn't like me, that's for sure. She thinks
All right,
I'm a
now
know-it-all from
you're
the big city.
getting a little bit of a victim sound here.
Sounds like Holt Scotto was one of the people who didn't care for what you had to say last night.
He and I never see eye to eye. Now, if I were a fisherman, I'd be right as rain no matter what nonsense came out of my mouth. Fine harbor master he'd make.
See you in a bit.
All right.
I'll be right here.
Not overly helpful. Oh, that's the sounds of... I see. Okay. Great. True enough. I wonder when we're gonna need to do the sandwich making minigame. God, I don't know, maybe there's something else to explore at the lighthouse now that we've heard that? Or just somewhere else that doesn't involve actually trespassing? Maybe there'll be another message in a bottle or something.
We gotta skip some stones. Oh, was that? Crab?
There was a crab there once.
Did she say anything interesting, or should she just comment on the stuff that we already knew?
Okay, so Benjamin Hawkins used to live at a cabin at the site of the lighthouse, and whenever some dude would sail his boat into town, Benjamin Hawkins would grab his family and hide in some mysterious spot. Ooh.
S.S. Maybe this broke off from a ship.
Seemingly because they were in a feud or the other dude was a pirate, it was a little unclear. But yeah, so also that seems to allude to the mystery tunnels.
Yeah. Bottle.
There's
Woo!
something in that bottle, but it's stuck on those
Not
rocks.
for long. Oh my god, what? Let's go for this one. Oh!
Ah! So same thing, a little more power? Oh no, well the rock's gonna be different. Need a little... Whoa, that's a lot more power.
Don't think there's any.
Oh, okay.
difference.
Maybe the angle will need changing.
Oh!
Oh, okay. Bonk.
Gotta go for a lower angle to really get that skipping. There are some rocks. Where did they go? Oh, we got Nancy.
I already have some rocks.
We may have been able to go further west in the kayak.
Oh, what? I went past it.
Same thing, different rock. Okay. So that first smooth rock, but with a bunch more power.
Maybe. Well, see, it skipped over it. It was the weird part. Like this and this went boom, 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 and then over the top. I wonder if maybe a narrower angle.
Maybe.
No. Let's go narrow angle, high power for this one.
Sure. Yay.
Yes!
I don't know why that made it easier for us to get at all.
Because it was washing into shore, but it was caught on the rocks.
Oh, okay.
Rosebud 42517.
Okay.
Alright. That'll be one more bottle.
Maybe it's in the one in the whale watching place with the boat.
Oh,
The
maybe
interesting
it is.
bottle.
Interesting. Should we go and trespass again?
Nah.
Trespass!
We're a snake. But yeah, can we like go not inside? No, guess not. Oh, we're gonna die this time, I see.
Bonk!
This is the Drew residence.
Solid.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hi, Nancy. It's Hannah. I seem to have gotten beamed by a chunk of lighthouse. Could you please pick me up from the flight tonight? It's airport 323. Oh, and bring a pack of ice couples. I've got a grapefruit on my head the size of a goose egg. Am I making sense? Oh well, soon you see.
Oh no, poor Nancy. I step back. Yeah, good.
Whoa, that was close.
Can you...
9374.
Interesting. We can just check it out now. Can we go around the lighthouse? Like, that was something...
Oh yeah, I think we can. Bing, bing. If this is spelling out Morse code.
No.
No.
Interesting. But yeah, we haven't had a 4-digit code yet. Music!
You're right, it's real evil. Where do we go now? Whale Wells?
I don't know.
Hot kettle?
Yeah, maybe just hot kettle.
Hot kettle, chicken seed. I'm on a kettle. Hot kettle, hot kettle.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
I found a bottle floating in the water with a strange message inside.
How funny.
Most,
So
if not
did
all
I.
the notes you find in bottles around here were put there by Hilda Swenson.
Okay.
She was this lady who retired here with her
Good
husband
to
about
know.
20 years ago.
Oh, and she sold
They
the
made
bottle
a ton
as well.
Of money in Hollywood as writer-producers and just
The
wanted
guy
to
said he got the
enjoy
bottle
life.
from a
Wonderful
lady
people.
who was kind of weird.
In fact, Hilda was mayor for 8 years.
When her husband died.
But then, out of the blue,
Right.
her husband died. They'd been
So
a
I
team
need that
for so
bottle.
long that, well, she pretty much died then too.
Sucks.
What do you mean?
She just kind of lost it. Started talking to walls and doing bizarre things until one day she rode to the island across the channel that she
Oh,
and her
cool.
husband
So her
owned
husband did not
and
die.
never came back.
Yeah.
And now she uses notes in bottles to communicate with people?
Trouble is, nobody can understand what she's trying to say. All she ever writes is letters and numbers.
I mean, it's
and that
clearly
one
GPS
word.
coordinates, you dummies.
I leave a couple of bags of groceries outside her cabin every week, and sometimes I can see her inside. But whenever I try to talk to her, she won't answer.
Did she ever leave anything behind that might help decode her messages?
She left everything behind. Problem is, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
been
the bottle.
sold, given away, or thrown out. We'll never know what's going on in that mind of hers.
It's been fun talking to you.
Later, Gator.
Alright. So now we should go to whale
You
watching.
again?
Oh, well,
See
okay.
you around.
We could ask
Yo
him.
ho.
No, I don't
ho.
like him.
True. Doesn't mean we can't use him.
Fine.
You again?
Did you know Hilda Swenson?
Yo
Sure
ho ho!
did. She even crewed for me a couple of times.
Cool.
There she was, this itty-bitty lady in her 60s hauling in nets. Did it for the sheer love of adventure. She was quite a gal.
See you around.
Now we know
Vote
that.
for Holt. Spread the word.
No.
That's not as good as yo ho ho.
Yo ho ho's. Spread the word. I need that. I need that bottle.
You don't understand, Andy. I need that bottle.
Wait, is the bottle is the bottle a prize?
That seems crazy. So that's going to be one of the achievements at the end, right? Win all the prizes.
Probs.
Interesting.
Wait, does it say anything on it?
Interesting.
Give me that bottle.
Hi, Nancy.
Thanks for your time.
Drop by again.
No.
I can't do it again.
Maybe unless we, like, can you get a new card and stuff? Yeah.
Right, hold on.
Yum. 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 Yum.
Your clicking was not quite at on point last time.
Well, there was only one less point. I mean, that didn't redo anything. See.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
weird. Okay, so it's
Where
obviously
did we
not
get
that.
the card in the first place?
He gave it to us. He was like, "Here's a card, Nancy."
Okay.
Miss, please don't touch that.
Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be more helpful.
Hi, Nancy.
Thanks for
Maybe
your
we gotta
time.
talk to Katie
My
again.
pleasure.
And if that doesn't work, I guess we've got to do more kayaking.
I really don't think there's more kayaking. Oh, Katie! Katie!
What's up? I
There
found
we
this
go.
piece of wood on the beach.
There's something strange about it.
What do you mean? Let's see it. Ouch, those splinters are sharp. That is odd. It looks like it's been in the water a long time, but if that were the case, those edges would be dull. That looks like it broke off of something just recently.
Does anything about it look familiar to you?
No, not to me. But it might to someone else I know.
Wild boy?
Casey Porterfield.
Ah.
He works at the Maritime Library in Port Townsend. You should give
Everyone
him a
got this?
call.
Writing it down?
His number's 360
360-555-3095?
3095. He loves checking out stuff like this.
See you in a bit.
Be careful out there.
I've already forgotten the number.
360, probably 1. 360. 555. 3095? Yeah.
Hey, it's me. I'm the boat guy. I love boats.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
No, he's so much
My
cooler.
name is Nancy Drew. Katie Firestone suggested I give you a call.
Katie who?
Katie Firestone?
Ow.
Never heard of her.
Oh.
I know a marine biologist named Katie Firestone.
Yes, that's her.
Okay.
I'm staying with her here in Snake Horse Harbor.
Oh, well then what can I do for you?
She said you might be able to help me identify the ship that this piece of plywood I found on the beach came from.
How do you know it came from a ship?
Because it says SS on it. The rest of the name is missing.
Doesn't mean anything. Now if it said SS, which stands for steamship, that'd be different.
Actually, that is what it says.
Oh, well then it came from a ship, or should I say shipwreck. What kind of wood is it?
I don't know. Old?
Sorry, for a second there, I thought you said old.
Should we look at it under the microscope?
That is
maybe.
what I said.
You're about as much use as a beanie in a hurricane. Look, if you want me to tell you what shipwreck that wood came from, you're gonna have to tell me what kind of wood it is.
But I have
Does
no
have a
idea.
book on trees.
Well, you just get yourself a book on wood and figure it out. Maybe Katie has one. Soon as you do, call me back. I love checking out stuff like this.
Fair. Alright, let's find out some wood information. Blah. Blah. No! Please, game! Alright. So let's figure out what we know about it. Wood.
Oh, I don't know if this book is for me, but maybe if I give Dr. Credovicio a
Point.
call, she can help me out.
715-555-9663. Was that her number? That was someone's
Find out.
number.
Hey, it's me, Ned. Damn!
This is Dr.
Yes!
Credovicio.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew, and I'd like some help identifying this piece of wood I found.
I'd be happy to assist. Do you have our mailing address?
Well, that's the problem. I don't have time to send it to you. Would it be possible to identify it over the phone?
Certainly. Just hold it up to the phone for a couple of seconds and I'll take a reading. I'm kidding, of course. I usually don't do this over the phone, but I'll give it a try. You will, however, need to take a look at your sample
under
under
a
a microscope.
microscope.
I better go do that. I'll call you right back.
Fair. Alright.
One slice of wood. One glass slide. There. This is gonna look so cool under the
I
microscope.
love Nancy.
Didn't even put any indicator on it.
Okay, it looks like E.
It looks like a plant, alright. Okay, and then maybe we should check the Know Your Cells book.
Sure.
It's right there. What?
Oh, sorry. It's not a book, it's a thing that says know thyself.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, take a look at the slide samples thing.
Nah, it's just got
Yeah.
raw meat and feathers.
Cool, alright, well, it looked like plant cells with a lot of vacuoles. Great.
Great. Did you look at the wood?
Irina Credovicio speaking.
Hi,
The
this is
powerhouse
Nancy
of the
Drew
cell
again.
is
I've
the
got
raw
sample
meat.
all ready.
Raw meat is the
Alright, we'll get
powerhouse of the
started.
stuff.
Where did you find this wood?
It's a piece of driftwood, probably used for a crate.
Is the wood sample black, brown, or yellow?
Brown.
Brownish.
Brown or brown reddish?
Brown reddish.
Okay.
Brown reddish.
Does the sample have many holes, just a couple, or none at all?
Man.
Many.
And are there some holes that are big and some that are
All the same
small,
size.
or are they all the same size?
They're all the same size.
Okay, and the holes are really, really tiny, right?
No, they're pretty sizable.
Then you've got a tropical hardwood. I was assuming the sample was a North American wood. All right. Are there any distinguishable
horizontal lines.
lines on the sample?
Yes, there are horizontal lines.
If this wood is used for crating, then it's probably Luan. It's fairly common in plywood, but it's a rainforest timber, so it's declining in popularity.
Alright, well, here's hoping all of those facts that we just
Thanks for your
blurted out were
help.
correct.
Glad to have been of service.
Okay.
I mean, that's reddish brown.
Yeah.
Especially through here, it's definitely reddish brown.
Yeah, good point.
Horizontal lines,
Alright, call
lots
the other
of
dude back.
little holes,
Let's call Casey.
fairly sizable, and all the same size. I think we were
Yeah.
correct.
Let's call Casey.
Oh, what the hell's Casey's number?
1-360 555 6095 3095. Had to look.
Maritime Library.
Hey, this is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I called before. About the driftwood?
Never heard of you. Now, if you'd have said Nancy Drew...
Yes, that's me.
We're giving out
Nancy
our personal
Drew,
information to any
Katie
random who
Firestorm's
calls.
friend.
So what kind of wood are we talking about here, Nancy?
Luan.
Well, if that driftwood did come from a cargo container that's part of a shipwreck, there's a good chance I can figure out which one. Call me back in an hour or so.
You can identify a ship by what its cargo containers are made out of?
Ever since the hobo spider got into the U.S. by laying eggs in the wood crating of ships coming from Europe, the feds have made sure that cargo ships keep real careful records. Of course, I'll be taking things like tides, currents, weather conditions, proximity to Snake Horse Harbor.
Okay.
I'll be taking all those factors into consideration too.
I really appreciate you doing this for me, Casey.
And well, you should.
Fair.
So he said he'd give us a call back?
Though he said just give me an hour or so.
Alright, let's go to bed.
Yeah, fair.
How long are we going? It's been 2.5 hours.
Yeah, only
Rubbish.
playing this for like 2 though. That's not bad.
Looks like whatever's in here is starting to defrost.
It does? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
We should grab those fish that we found on the beach and put them in there.
But she's not touching those. No sleeping in this game,
Sweet.
that I can see. It's a one-dayer.
Okay, no sandwiches.
Oh, definitely no sandwiches. What am I going to do with a sandwich? Die?
What's up? See you in a bit. Have fun.
Alright. What do we need to do to make an in-game hour pass? Honk the horn a bit?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the first time was just a really good coincidence. Well, Jen, it really depends on what's gonna defrost. Like, is it
And then-
better sandwich meat? Great.
Is it an Encino Man?
Exactly.
Might be
Great?
an Encino Man.
Not great? I don't know Encino Man.
I think it was Brendan Fraser, so it's probably great.
I was gonna say a Yeti.
I think we'd all appreciate a
We are in the Pacific Northwest.
Brendan Fraser.
There's a Sasquatch here somewhere, and I think it's in that icebox.
Let's just,
Alright.
should I just call him back straight away?
Sure. Oh yeah?
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy
Okay.
Drew. Any luck finding what shipwreck that piece of driftwood came from?
Sorry, can't talk now. I'm waiting for a real important call from Nancy Drew.
Casey, that's me. I'm Nancy Drew.
Oh, then I got some good news.
You know the name of the shipwreck?
The SS Whitechapel Dawn sank 5 years ago right there in the channel outside Snake Horse Harbor, about 1.5 miles due northwest of the lighthouse.
Really?
I hear that channel up there's been pretty busy, what with that orphaned whale messing things up for the fishermen and all. Anyway, everything fits except one thing.
Uh-oh.
The Whitechapel Dawn went down in deep water. Real deep water. Too deep for currents to be carrying debris up from it.
That's a weird
Not possible.
suggestion, Nancy. Like, I would say
What about
recent
volcanic
storm
activity?
more than
Maybe it sank on top
close
of
to
an
shore
undersea dam or
volcano.
I've been doing this type of research for 20 years, young lady. When I say something's not possible, it's not possible.
Yet somehow a piece of wood from it washed ashore. Was there anything unusual about that ship?
It was just a regular old freighter bound for San Francisco from Vancouver, British Columbia. Nothing unusual about it if you don't count the rumors.
What rumors?
Cool.
How about the smuggling?
Please, tell me everything.
Nothing to tell. After it sank, some crew members said there was something unusual about the cargo it had been carrying. That's all. No specifics.
floated.
Just rumors.
It was helium. They were smuggling helium.
Mm-hmm.
Why did the ship sink?
Official cause was foul weather. But whenever a boat goes down in those parts, they always unofficially blame it on... Oh, what do they call that sea serpent up there?
Caddy?
No, thanks. Caddy! That's what they call it! Caddy! Anyway, this has been fun, young lady, but I need to get back to work. By the
Oh,
way,
okay.
I just got done emailing you something.
What?
I said, I just
Right.
got done emailing you something.
Great, thanks. Well, goodbye, Casey.
Goodbye, Caddy.
I certainly hope he doesn't operate heavy machines.
That ending for me really made it.
The coach of caddy.
I don't know why. I really like that. How did he get our email address? This back in the day.
This back when he just went nancydrew@hotmail.com.
But this was also back in the day where you weren't supposed
Nancy
to use
Drew
your
at
real
AOL.
name.
ndrew@AOL.
No, you couldn't use your last name online. That's how they get you.
Thought you'd like to see this. Nancy,
Stained
I'm
glass.
kind of a stained glass art freak and came across a webpage during my travels in cyberspace that I thought you might find interesting. Since it's staying in Snake Horse Harbor, check out www.bombeck.lab/example/royal.htm.
Oh,
Enjoy.
if Nancy's the sea monster, I'll be very
That's
happy.
Casey. So we're going to bombeck.lab/example/royal.
I mean, this is now talking about Royal. I assume it's about Royal Flushes. So I assume maybe now we'll have, like, the party will be over and we'll be able to unlock the last thingy thing.
Maybe.
The hot kettle was originally called the Royal Flush Saloon. Interesting.
Wait, is there more? Oh, hold on. One of the satellite
Yeah,
islands.
great, it's pretty, there's good stained glass.
Blue, 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 blue. Harabadada. Ah, Jacob Bombeck.
That's amazing.
You butthead. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, maybe now we can finish that off.
That URL doesn't work in real life? Well, what's even the point?
Oh, did somebody try it?
Yeah. Alright, let's bust into that party.
Did anyone ever try and email Lisa's email address?
Huh?
In the Don't Cry For Me Kids of Springfield. You can still reach me
that
through
wasn't,
email.
See, I don't think it would work. Do you remember that?
SmartGirl63
_backslash
at yahoo.com. At yahoo.com.
I don't know if typing _backslash
Yeah, it probably
in
doesn't
email
work.
address
That's
works.
probably why they did it.
That said, Homer's email address, chunkylover53@aol.com, they did have.
Oh, good. Alright, is there a new one open now? Because that party sounds like it's still going
Nothing
on.
behind this one.
You're done. You're done. You're solved, you're solved.
About it.
All of them open.
Yeah, exactly. _fine.
Hi,
Backslash not
Nancy.
so much.
How's it going?
Oh!
It's been fun talking to you.
Later, Gator.
Later, Gator.
Hey, stay out of there.
Sorry.
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 You again?
See you around.
Watch out for Caddy.
Later, Caddy.
Looks like I can't go in there.
But I want to. Can we look at the lamp?
So the dead fish I saw on the beach were Atlantic herring?
Okay. Oh, that is weird.
Hi, Jenna. It was good to visit you last month. Boy, do I miss that clam chowder. Oh, and you too. Love, Kim. Can you send me the recipe? Jenna Devlin, 2217 Alaskan Way, Snake Hills Harbor Way. Okay.
Well, that is weird.
Because we're on the Pacific?
Yeah.
Northwest.
Cute. Alright, let's interrogate Jenna about her mail.
Hi, Nancy. How's
Ow.
it going?
It's been fun talking to you.
Yeah, hasn't it, though?
You again?
I'm pretty
little
sure I
more
saw a couple
sarcastic.
of dead Atlantic herring on the beach earlier today. Is that possible?
Nope. You may have seen Pacific herring, but not Atlantic herring. No way.
But they matched the picture I saw on that postcard over there perfectly.
Because Atlantic herring are found only in the Atlantic. Trust me, I spent 5 years fishing for them. We catch them by the hundreds, freeze them, and sell them to aquariums and such.
Maybe that's why the fish I saw were together like that. They've been frozen that way.
Look, I don't know how it is where you're from, but up here, seeing 2 dead fish on a beach isn't exactly front-page news. Let it go.
Oh, he's
See you
been
around.
Yo, ho, ho.
smuggling herring.
Really? Because the only person we know who's been freezing things is Katie.
Yo, ho, ho.
Oh, it's back to Katie and it. Evil.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
It's been fun talking to you.
Yeah, hasn't it, though?
Alright. Katie's boat.
Ow.
What new pun did... I keep thinking this is a Cocoa Kringle picture. Hey, you!
What's up?
See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
I think we should check on her frozen stuff once more. And then maybe go for one more kayak west.
There they are! Herring!
Yeah, see it just to see if there's anything else that we can find out there.
Nobody wants a sandwich yet. I just don't think there's any more kayaking to do.
No, but it's true. We didn't really look west.
We're as west as we can go.
Yeah?
Pretty much.
Hmm.
Like this is now, we're facing to the east.
Yeah.
And if we go west, this just takes us back to where we came from. So I want to maybe go north, but it won't let me for some reason. So if I go east for one, then I can turn left, head north. Then maybe I could turn left, and there's rocks.
Guess I better stay away from there.
Wreck! Wreck!
Wreck!
This is the Drew residence. Please leave a message at the beep.
Hi, Hannah. It's Nancy. Listen, I got really careless and ignored some warning buoys and smashed into some rocks while I was kayaking.
They're boys.
I'm okay, but Katie's kayak is
Can you get to
ruined.
the other
I promise you,
waypoint
I'd
on the
be
GPS?
Well, see, I think that was to the west, and it didn't seem like I could. Maybe we can try. Maybe if we go north further. I don't know.
Aw,
Hey,
thank you.
thanks for the death bits.
Thanks, Hannah. As usual, I owe you one.
Banana. Oh, ice. Oh. No. Ooh. Okay. Oh, alright, alright. Here we go.
Is that a cave? That's a
Oh,
cave.
that's Capri Cave. Oh no, left or right?
Oh boy. Maybe we should stop here. This feels pretty gripping.
You reckon we should end it here?
I think we should probably end it here. This is exciting. I really want to keep going, but I feel like if we keep going past this point, we might just play the entire thing in one day, and I don't want to do that again. I need to draw this out.
Look, you're not wrong to pronounce buoy that way. That's just how people say buoy when they're in America. It should be boy.
I know, Angela, I hate myself a little bit. I really want to know what's happening next.
I mean, look, we could keep going if you want.
Yeah, but I don't, because again, I worry that we'll just keep going forever then.
Yeah, that's fair.
I really don't want to just get this done all in one day, even though I know I could.
Get out of here. Exit game.
I'm really enjoying this one.
There's double us. We're here and here.
Oh,
We're
no.
here and here and here and here and
Oh,
here and
no,
here.
it's terrible. Eek. I'm having a really great time. I feel like I haven't seen this one
Yeah, this is a good one. I'm
crazily
enjoying
on
it.
people's lists. Like, people haven't talked about this one being like the best one ever at all, or one of their super top games, but I think it's gonna be up there.
I've been having a lot of fun with
The
it.
voices have been fun. It's
The characters are interesting. The setting is the right level of simple. Like the
yeah,
four
for sure.
spots.
I'm having a great time. It feels like it hits the classic Nancy checkpoints of ethical dilemma, environmental ethical dilemma. Okay, it is just Ghost Dogs.
It is very Ghost Dogs.
And yes, secret tunnels and things that are gonna show up everywhere. Animal rights. I'm very exciting.
I'm having a lot of fun.
It's a bit short. Oh. Well then, even more of a good reason to stop here.
Good. Well, wonderful. Thank you everybody for hanging out. It was good fun. I enjoyed it. We're running out of Nancy's. We've done a lot of them.
We're definitely running out of cheap Nancy's at least. I have to go into the $30 ones soon. Ugh. That
So
said,
thank you. Oh, yeah.
Then we get to go into the weird ones like Shattered Medallion and Midnight in Salem.
So thank you everybody for hanging out. There will be more streaming throughout the week. Should be starting a new game on Tuesday.
Oh, sweet.
XCOM on Tuesday. We're going to start an alien invasion. It's going to be great.
Labor Day extravaganza next week. Okay. Keep reminding us about that. So we can take a look. I'm very curious.
Huh.
Oh man, ridiculous.
So have fun. Jen, I am editing your room right now. I'm gonna have to write so much music for this. Don't know how dare you. But yes, so thanks everybody for hanging out. XCOM on Tuesday, start of a new game. And do me a favor, everybody here, everyone who's watching, do me a favor. And go and tell a bunch of people to come and join our streams.
Yeah, please.
In person, over the internet. Just tell them, you're always here. Bring some more people. Let's get this number up to like 200 viewers.
God, just look at my sleepy eyes.
That'd be the best thing that you can do for me. Thank you.
Jen.
It's lovely. Thank you so much. But yeah, all right, wonderful. So we'll see you. I'll see you on Tuesday. Danny, you know what you need to do?
Finish Pokemon.
You need to finish Pokemon.
I know.
Get your blindfold back on and finish that game. I'll make Danny do that. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya. Have a good weekend.
Bye.